What's good, guys? It's your boy Ama FX. So, I want to review what happened last week. It was very, very thought blowing. It was something to ponder about. So, I took basically 2 trades last week, but I kept asking myself, am I getting better or worse? Because I waited all week, all throughout the week, I couldn't get an entry. Not until on Thursday, I got one entry. So when I got that entry, I was on the trade, but I noticed something was wrong. So I switched to buying. So we're going to review the trades together and we're going to see what actually happened. But this is telling me that it doesn't matter if you just take one setup a week or one setup in 2 weeks. What actually matters is if you're able to wait for what you are looking for, that is for your edge, and if you're able to execute. So let's go see. What's good, guys? So yeah, a very quick one. So by the way, I took this trade on Friday and it materialized on Monday. This was around 11 a.m. This was when I got my take profit. Why did I take this trade, by the way? So let's do a quick review. So I noticed that we were making lower lows and lower highs. So we made this low. So if you watch, this movement came from here. So when we made this low, this guy here came from here. So I waited for what I call the fooling candle. Okay, this is my way of checking for all the noises to go away. So back to this. When we made this low, okay, we made a high. We made a high. Short, even from here, when we made this low, this market did as if it wanted to go up, and this was with this candle here. Let me zoom out so you see it. So I call this candle a fooling candle. So it fools, for example, in this case, we are trying to say it fools the sellers to think that we are not buying, forgetting that we broke something here. So when this market broke something here, so this market pulled up, and especially the fooling candle must be a body of the candle against the current trend. The current trend was bearish. So this guy here closed as if we are going bullish. So what do? Whenever the market turns back bearish below this point, because as a matter of fact, there are buyers at this point. There were people that pushed these prices up here. Okay, there were also some here who pushed these prices back the way back up. So now when these buyers get neutralized, when they are now tired, that is when you should come into the market. Granted, the market keeps giving you your fooling candles. For example, at this point, we broke from here. Now look at what the market did. The market made a fooling candle, which is this. Now this candle closed with a body of the candle above this point where we broke out from. So whenever prices are below here, you are going to sell, because that means that at this point buyers pushed up. So when we took out the buyers at this point, it's signifying that anything below here, sellers have upper hand. It's as simple as ABC. So back to this trade. This was Friday. So when I saw that we have broke, remember my strategy is BVM, break of visible mode, BVM. So when I noticed that we have broken something, just know that in your head, no, for me to trade BVM, something must be broken. Now, and that is just simply the market structure. The market structure must break. From what we are seeing, we can see it break of visible mode. Something has been molding and it breaks. At this point, this candle here broke from here. So it means these buyers here, some people placed their SLs here. And I tell you, people that place their SLs here, they are institutional traders. They are very large traders. This is the only thing that can pull this market back up. So retail traders like me and you can't pull this market back up. So it's just institutional traders. So for these people's SL to be taken, now 2 things happened here. The people that took their trade, the people that bought from here, they took out the people who set their sell SL here. So they have taken them out and have taken their money. The market is just taken from the buyers, given to the sellers, taken from the sellers, given to the buyers. So now people set their SL here for this trade to go this way. anything that will make, and by the way, it all keeps going back. Remember, at this point, something got broken, which is this. Look at the falling candle. The falling candle came at 11. Now look at when you should have entered this trade. It was around here. But that is a story of another day. Let's focus on why I took this trade. Now, at this point, we have broken something. At this point, we got our falling candle. It means that whenever prices are below this point, we are going to sell. Whenever prices are below this point, we are going to sell. So that opportunity came in, that should be last week Friday, I think around 3 p.m. So I got that opportunity and I took this trade. Although I entered somehow late, this trade I should have taken it around this point. But what happened was that I was waiting for us to, I said I was either going to sell from here, or I will sell from here. So I was waiting for the market to either take out this guy for us to now sell finally. But that didn't happen. So the market respected every detail. This was a lower high. This was our lower low. This was a lower high. We failed to make a lower low. So when that happened, I was thinking, we failed to make a lower low before this guy happened. So I was thinking, oh, maybe we can take out this guy, then before we can now, sell down. So it happened, it is what it is. So I had to take this trade. At this point, when I noticed that we are now already closing hard around this point, I had to take this point. Then I risked about 33 pips. Now also, my mindset, a mindset shift. I think a lot of things made me to take this trade at this critical point, because now, there is a video I watched. There is this guy I follow, Sai, and he's really changing my trading mindset in a positive way. So at this point, it's better I risk, let's say, 30 pips. 30 pips is the maximum pips I risk. If the SL should hit, if the SL should hit and the setup is still valid, I will take another risk of 30 pips. It is better that way than taking 40 pips and your SL finally gets hits, and then you now revert, because right here the right and proper SL is above here. If I'm taking this trade at this point, the right and proper SL is above here, and that would have given me, look at 44 pips. Now it is better I risk 30 pips at this point. So this is my 30 pips, and let's say this market hits me out. It is better that way than for me to risk 44 pips and later get hit out. So what am I trying to train myself? I'm trying to train myself not to be scared of stop losses, especially if I'm giving the trade enough room to breathe. I think 30 pips for US oil, if you enter rightly, if you enter with all the things you should enter with, it's a good deal. To be fair enough, it's a good deal. Now, also, why I did not enter this trade on time was that at the time when we were selling below here, it was already 8 a.m. And I have the rule that I do not trade until when it is from 11 a.m. upward till 5 p.m. From 11 to 5 p.m. I do not take an entry. So that was why this trade also came late, because I can see from here I should have entered this trade, but it didn't just come by. So yeah, that was it for this. So moving into the new week, since we have made this move, this is already one day, it's only natural for market to reset, to give us another opportunity. So I was planning to sell below here because there are groups of buyers around this point. So I was planning to sell below here again when I got this indication. When we broke from here, remember, break of visible mode. When we broke from here under 1 hour, I was planning to, when we have an indication candle, continuing it, I would have sold. But look at what saved me from this stop loss. And look at this, is also, I will also show us why accounts got blown. Just imagine that somebody entered this. See, it's very, very okay to be wrong while trading. is very, very okay. See, SL, my mindset about SL is gradually changing, and I thank God for that. It's okay to be wrong, man. Take the stop loss and just move on. Just take it and move on. It's okay to be wrong. Just imagine somebody entered this trade at this point and didn't set SL. This is one way ticket to blown account, because you will keep praying for God to help this trade to turn around, and it will never turn around. Just do the right thing, man. Just imagine somebody entered. Okay, for example, I was waiting for, it was just also that I'm trying to build a system around this. Okay, if I don't see an opportunity to enter within the time I should enter, I wait. That is when I feel the volume is up for oil. This is oil, not gold. This is oil, not GBP JPY. This is oil, not GBP USD. Oil has the way it behaves. So I would have felt comfortable to short from here, especially now I have my fulling candle here. I have this fulling candle here. This guy here was my fulling candle. So I would be comfortable to short from here. But as a matter of fact, before the time for this thing, we started pushing up. Now I am also beginning to learn another thing. Okay, when we break from two swing highs, for example, we are supposed to, this was our lower high, this was our lower low. This was supposed to be our lower high, and the market should make a lower low. But look at what happened. We started pulling up, and we took out not only this lower high, we took out another lower high. So I have this rule now, especially under 4 hours. So whenever this kind of scenario, it seldom happens, it don't always happen. But I have this rule now that whenever it happens, I'm going to, especially above these points, I'm going to take a trade, I'm going to risk 30 pips. And in that case, I am going to go for 1:4. Here are my reasons. Once this type of thing happens, a lot of people want to hop onto the trade, but in most cases, it continues to go up. But also, this is like a very risky approach. So I will just risk 30 pips and just accept my fate. This is something I am planning to do in the future. I just pray it doesn't come up more often, but sticking to my strategy. So when this trade happened, I took that profit and I didn't take this trade. Now, all through the week, this was Monday, Tuesday, I was waiting for this guy to come down, give me a fulling candle around somewhere here, and then go up. I didn't get that. Rather, we broke something. This market pulled up to this point, it came down. We pulled up, this was supposed to be a higher low, and we go for a higher high. I'm not going to say there is a right, wrong approach to this, but I think I was fighting against the trend. I should be a bit more patient, especially till we take out this low. But man, I'm a human being. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this is Thursday, no entry yet. I think that was why, and this is where patience comes in. Okay, if you're not patient enough, you can actually lose a lot in this market. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today is already Thursday. I have not gotten an entry, so I just wanted to get something out of the market. I mean, don't blame me for that. So the market came down, we went up, it came down again, we broke something at this point. So, but because of the way the candles are forming, I had to be more patient. So at this point, we even broke down more. So I felt we are now bearish. So when I saw this candle, I noticed, oh, this is an indication. So we went for the correction. Now, when I got this fulling candle, watch, when I talk about fulling candle, it just simply means a candle that makes people think that we are not going against the trend. And it often goes down. It often goes in the direction of the recently established trend. That is just a simple definition. So when I got this fulling candle below this point, look at the point I'm talking about. This was where the last buyers came in. So I need a body of the candle, 1 hour candle closing below here, closing above here. And this was that candle. So that means to me, anything below this point, anything below here, we are going to sell down below this point. And it happened actually. It was just that my take profit was a bit far, which is also okay. There is nothing wrong with it because this was where the kisses are. So, but I noticed something. As I was waiting for this take profit, it wasn't forthcoming. It wasn't forthcoming. And this is one of the reasons why you should monitor monitor your trades, by the way. So this take profits around this point and this point wasn't forthcoming. Now, I zoomed into a lower time frame and I noticed that structures were got. I was already in the trade, but I noticed that structures were being broken. Okay, so let's say also I got in late for this trade. I should have gotten in around here, so I got in a bit late. So now the structures were forming. Okay, we made this high, we made a low. Instead of us to make a higher high, we made a higher low and we made a lower low. We made this, I don't know what to call this, but it wasn't higher than this. So when this candle came around here, this was where I should have entered this trade. So whatever, I waited for further confirmation and I entered around here because the market will always give you multiple entries. So when we flashed down, the market pulled up, made another lower low. Perfect market scenario. We made a lower high. Instead of us to make a lower low, we made a higher high. Wow. Serious? Okay, fine. So that happened. I thought, okay, maybe the market will just correct back and give me my money. It made another higher high, and this time around we broke from another higher low. I was like, bro, this guy is turning. So I had to close out. I had to close out because of one, we are generally in a bullish market. So we are generally in a bullish market, and because if you look down right from Monday, we have been buying. So me trying to, and if this break of structure happened within a 4 hours candle, I would really buy the idea. But when this started to happen, I was like, bro, nah. So when we broke from these two guys, I entered for long. I reached 30 pips. It worked out, but something else happened. The market can be very crazy. Instead of the market to give me my money here, it started coming out. So I just closed out. I'm becoming emotional. So I just closed out. Now, I know that we are still bullish. This was one thing I can take away, that we are now still bullish. So on Friday, under 4 hours, I saw a falling candle. This candle started by 7 and closed by 11 p.m. 11 a.m. We did as if we were selling down, closed with a body of the candle below this point. So I know that Francis, now why the falling candle is important is that it will make everybody think that we are now selling. And the market needs this falling candle. In short, this falling candle is the fuel to your take profit. Just know that and know this. Whenever you see this falling candle, and now the market comes back above this point and close with a body of the candle with 5 minutes or 15 minutes, just smile and enter your trade. Don't hesitate again. Smile, enter the trade. Just smile, enter the trade. So when I saw this, I'm like, wow, because the 1 hour was really, really noisy. It was very, very noisy. And when you start seeing all these small candles, especially outside when there is volume, you can scale into a higher time frame like the 4 hours and you get a clearer picture. So whatever the case may be, remember there are sellers at this point. There are sellers at this point. There are sellers that were pushing the prices down here. There were sellers that were pushing the prices down. Okay? You will see the sellers. You can literally see the trader, the sellers. Whenever prices try to get up, they push it down. Also this point and this point. So when this guy broke out from all of this, in short, the breakout started from around 4 p.m. on Thursday. So that means anything above here is buying, especially when I have gotten my falling candle. This falling candle came here, and then we now started gradually creeping up. So what I'll quickly do is that I'll go over to 5 minutes. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a body of the candle closing above here, and at 11:45 I got it. So I quickly took this trade. I was using around 25 pips. Now where did the indication end? The indication ended here. So I just needed something higher than this, and this was my go-to place. So I took this trade. My take profit smash 1:2.88, almost 1:3. So, but I think the only downside to this was that I should have really enjoyed this trade. I should have taken out around 75% of I should have closed around 25% of my lot and then target this next high. So that is story for another day. I should have closed like more than half of my entries and then allow the rest to run. So this would have given me extra money. But it's all fine. Taking out the bulk, because also we could also reach here and then dash below here. So give or take, it was a good trade, and this covered for all my losses because I really risked a lot on this trade, and thank God it went my way. So yeah, this was it for last week. Look out for what the coming week is going to give us. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching the video. I do really appreciate the effort you guys put in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment so that the channel will keep growing. Thank you once again. I'm IFS. Peace.